We are live. This is the market update. Is it over? Is the cycle over? Are we done? How bad do you feel? Bad. Could you feel worse? Has it been worse? It has. It could get worse, but you know what? Only for a period of days, weeks, or months. I vote days. That's what I vote for. And also, everyone thinks the cycle is over, and that's completely ridiculous. What may be over is the unrealistic hype cycle that Donald Trump's job as president is to pump everyone's bags. But by no means does it mean it's over. We'll go over the charts. We'll talk about where markets are versus LuxAlgo. We will, of course, talk about the one coin market, AIntivirus, right? A coin I have is near and dear to my heart and has actually been going up as this market slumps lower. So that value proposition is paying off for Patreon members and for YouTube subscribers. So make sure you look at the links down below, or you scan the QR codes on the screen to check us out in the member area, right? Come join YouTube memberships where we're live from now on because of the volatility every Tuesday and Thursday. So that's me and Toby every Tuesday and Thursday. Watch lists, picks, cross-chain, the sectors we like, right? The coins we're looking at. I know your bags are melting down, but you know, if you gotta give up Starbucks to push into this market over the weekend, needless to say, whether or not that's a good idea or not, you need to check out the latest member live stream. And don't forget, these guys were on antivirus early. So if that turns into a white swan event off the Janice McAfee Twitter space tonight on the main McAfee feed, pays to be in the club. Okay, let's welcome who's here, who's banging away with those McAfee emojis. Diogo, Philip, welcome. Huckleberry Native, Art, Rave Song Records, welcome. How about UTK? Don't let me forget. Watching from Edmond, Alberta, Canada. We like our Canadians patriotic. Drop those gloves and fight like a hockey player, right? No more Justin Trudeau. Strong, patriotic Canadians. Even if you have to be mad at Donald Trump, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I want my hockey player nation back. A better shot. Let's go. Crypto Chronic, right? A better shot hitting the green button. By the way, if you like emojis and getting attention on the live stream, for $4.99, we have a new plan where you can get emojis and get attention on the stream. Legend the DJ, a new member, welcome. Hot Mess Express. That's a good term. I should have put that on the thumbnail. The market is the Hot Mess Express. Welcome. What's up from Louisiana, our neighbors here in Texas? Okay, I got to rock this fast today. Okay, let's first talk about cringe. Okay, no better time. Okay, so Eric Trump, very smart guy. I like him, but he should be quiet, right? Yesterday, he bull posts ETH. Today, ETH's down. Today, he bull posts Bitcoin. Please be quiet. Stop. We love you. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. The cringe is unbelievable. Now, speaking of cringe, I can't take it anymore. I wish Michael Saylor would stop. The name of the company is now Strategy. Oh. Mike, you're killing me with this. Like the Forbes cover. Okay. But this is bearish. For now. For the weekend anyway. I hate everything about that. Right? Okay. Now, let's talk about what the difference is between like euphoric cringe and his conviction. So the euphoric cringe is obvious. There's no rationalizing this, particularly after the way the market traded after the Forbes cover, right? This time is different. Okay, this time is not different. It's not. Now, the good news is he's got his conviction on display. The reason he's doing this, I don't know, other than the obvious reason that MicroStrategy doesn't resonate with anybody, probably. and the software company is irrelevant given the amount of Bitcoin and the fact that he's running a hedge fund. The guy's demonstrating his conviction. It also helps, believe it or not. You ready for this? You ready for something crazy? Brace yourself. It actually opens up the world for antivirus. Because if Mike accidentally stepped in a pile of cringe, right? He got a little dog cringe on his sneakers. That opens up for John McAfee to be the crypto influencer that we've always wanted, right? Who is the crypto influencer? Where is the BitBoy of this cycle? There is no BitBoy of this cycle. That could be why there is no cycle or 2021 bull market. I don't think it's going to be like that. But again, who is the influencer in the market? It may be Mike. His conviction is high, but it opens the door for somebody else. That's all. Or it opens up the door for everyone to freak out and sell. Okay. First the levered people sold, and now it feels like the spot people are freaking out. I don't think that makes absolutely any sense at all because of the declaration of cryptocurrency independence. People have forgotten, and of course, this is what happens when the market goes down. People have forgotten why we're here, right? We're here because fiat doesn't work anymore. That's why we're here, right? We're here to build a different version of the internet because I don't know about you, but I'm not bowing down to whatever creature Web 2 creates. Kind of hysterical that, our friends at ChatGB, whatever, were down yesterday. Meanwhile, Lunar Crush is publishing what everybody was interested and tweeting about when it comes to AI on the blockchain. And of course, this says nothing about I don't think what World Liberty is doing is necessarily cringe. Although, again, this rebranding scares me. Mike, please go back to the orange tie. I like that much, much, much better. 1.6 billion in Bitcoin is leaving exchanges. Again, I think people are just going to use this dip as a way to get it and get it off the exchanges because we need a different form of money and everyone's forgotten that. Right. And that's what happens when people's bags get melted, which is what's happening. Right. It's depressing. And I'm not going to tell you to not get depressed. I'm not, because you are depressed. You are. Right. And, I get upset just like you do. Stan Druckenmiller used to get upset. Like he would love his bag until it went down. And as soon as it would go down, he would feel like selling. And he said that. And then at that point, you have to remind yourself why you're there. Okay. You're there because it's no better time and we need a different form of money. We just need somebody other than these two gentlemen to say it. Okay. Strategy sees Thursday Nasdaq listing for the STRK convertible preferred stock. So they borrowed all the money that they can borrow, right? And they did it at the high. And you know what? That makes sense if you want to have billions upon billions upon billions, because that's the way Wall Street is, right? At the top, they'll lend you all the money you want. And then it goes down for a week and they're like, no, we're out. Right? This is the Jeep mentality. That's not just us, right? It's everywhere, right? It's like, oh my God, it goes down one day, I'm out. The whole thesis, research, done. Don't want to hear it. But this is when people who do research, like analysts, this is when we got to step in and say, hey, this can go lower. And if it does, you got to join the YouTube member area and have Toby tell you what the picks are, tell you why you need to look at the picks, and you need to get involved, right? And everyone's like, oh my God, I missed it. This is the whole talk. Like, March of 2024. Oh my God, I missed it. All the influencers are like, well, you're not early anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? They're melting this whole thing, and they're going to give you a huge opportunity to get involved. The only thing you have to do is you have to manage your bag, right? If you did a bad trade and you got to get rid of something, get rid of it. Just get rid of it, right? If you did a bad trade, I mean, I screwed up. My entry price in XRP is ridiculous, right? I believed my own $6 price target, and I FOMO'd. Okay, so I'm going to probably keep my XRP. I'm keeping my XRP. I've just decided, okay, if you bought it at the wrong price, you have two choices. Call your accountant and tax law sell or hold it. I'm holding it. That's what I'm doing. Now, some stuff you may just be like, oh, out. Just get rid of it so you can think straight. And if you got to get rid of some things, whatever you have to get rid of to get your head straight, because you know what? Donnie T doesn't care. He wants an ETF for truth. He wants a payment system. They're going to go full bore on this. You know, Wall Street doesn't want to do it. We'll do it. We'll do it until Wall Street does it. Actually, you know what? Honestly, this is brilliant, right? This is what Toby's talking about in the YouTube member area, right? She keeps talking about DeFi. She keeps talking about DeFi. Every day we got like 6 new DeFi picks. DeFi, 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 DeFi. I can tell you right now, that's what she's saying. Now you got to join the member area to find out what DeFi, but Donnie T is also telling you along with, you know, Toby, because he's going to do it and the banks will eventually catch up. That's probably why Eric Trump is so convicted, right? Meaning he's like, yeah, we're doing this and we're bringing everybody else with me. I thought it was vice versa in the beginning, like they were following Wall Street. Now I think they're the ones who are leading. And if you think about this and the Sovereign Wealth Fund and the President of the United States bull posting crypto and everyone's selling Web3, just think about how ridiculous this is. Like Michael Saylor gives us a cringe moment. Everyone gets disappointed and sells. Meanwhile, something real could be happening and you don't want to miss this. You know, you look at every big down move that's happened in the last 2 years. You were paid to get involved. This one is just like that, you know, that flash crash followed by that despair, which is exactly what happened in 87. I don't know that you're going to retest the lows. I don't think so. But the real bottom was on the post-rebound despair, right? Down, up, oh no, it's over. And then it was generational low. It's happening. It's happening right before your eyes. And the more depressed you are, the more I'm convinced it's right. I'm saying that to myself because I feel horrible, right? Okay, a reminder for the upcoming Twitter space. This is what's making me feel better because this is a one-coin market. Janice McAfee on the main McAfee, official McAfee Twitter space. Book it. Be there. Listen up. One man, one coin, 1 billion. Say it with me. One man, one coin, 1 billion. I own it. I'm convicted. I'm strapped in. I know the market sucks. I got the only coin that's going up, and I got my people in early, and I told them to hang in there when it was ugly. Spartans forever. Uncle Sugar now sending people through the Panama Canal without any fees. Huh? How about that? I don't see any Chinese troops here either. Why is it that everyone thinks that the orange man isn't going to do what he said he was going to do? Why does everyone think that? I mean, everybody was like, Donald Trump needs to walk into office and pump my bags the next day. I don't think that's what the president's job is, and I don't think that's how he's going to do it. I don't. And I've said that. So why is everyone upset? These people are going to do what he says. The Chinese are out. You do what Trump says, or you wind up on the wrong side of life. Only 9% of metro areas saw job growth last year. Of course, because the jobs are all going to people overseas. Of all the things the government has told us, that may be the most accurate, that the jobs are going to somewhat people who just got here. What if, I don't care whether it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. That's what's happening. Now, if the Pentagon, which just got caught with a $600 million a year sushi budget. So if they're not telling the truth about the sushi budget, are they telling the truth about the jobs numbers? Is it worse than anyone thinks? Could that be possible? Right? You know, Google dropped a certain hiring practice the other day. Everyone's like, oh, Google dropped such and such hiring practice that I don't like. Yeah, could that mean because they're going to just let people fly? They dropped the hiring practice, so the hiring practice doesn't apply to the firing practice. Meaning rates are too high. Rates are too high, right? The Fed's like, oh, well, you know, the price of eggs and blah, 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 blah. Dude, the price of eggs is too high because of regulation and the government spent too much money. But the reality is, as soon as the government stops spending too much money, you're going to realize that the economy is mediocre at best. Rates can come down, and no one is talking about that. Everyone's like, oh my God, sell crypto. Oh my God, I hate it. Oh my God, Donnie T didn't pump my bags. Dude, rates are coming down. And even if Powell doesn't lower rates, whatever Powell does doesn't matter. They'll lower rates in the bond market, and Powell will follow, which is normally how it works. The bond market goes out ahead of the Fed, right? Gee, we got a little bit of a crude build. You got a lot of crude oil in the market. It's not in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve because, you know, Uncle Joe let all that out. I don't know why, but no one, it's sitting in the private sector. Why? Because economic growth sucks. Economic growth in China has crashed. It's crashed. Why do you think it's not 25% tariffs on China? Because if it was, they would crater. And that could be, that could create a geopolitical conflict, which no one wants. But why is all this oil available? Because there's no growth. So if there's no growth, you have lower rates, you have lower dollar, you have higher gold and higher Bitcoin. And Bitcoin takes everything with it. So what are we doing? Right? Everyone's like, well, my bags. Yeah, okay, my bags suck too. Right? But Toby's like, dude, this is why we're going Tuesday and Thursday. She's like, dude, listen, I'm going to give you the new picks and the same lecture. Don't you dare chicken out on this market. Don't. Is it going to suck until Friday? Yeah, probably. Who cares? I mean, you care, but you have to adopt the mentality of who cares. Now, of course, it's easy for me to say that because I got antivirus, you know, and I'm cheering all the way, right? I'm cheering all the way because $25 million for John McAfee is way too cheap, right? When Elon Trump fart was, you know, above 20 million 2 weeks ago. So don't tell me that what's going on there is too expensive. You know, fart is still at what 700 million? Yeah, okay. At 500 million, talk to me about antivirus being, you know, okay, maybe it's fairly priced at that point. Talk to me about it when it's as much as fart. That's what, a 20x from where we are right now? So everyone bearish, right? Fear greed at 49. The range is 44 to 94, right? Thanksgiving, everyone bullish. Now everyone out. Valentine's Day, disaster, meltdown, I'm out, sell, the cycle's over. I don't know, take it down to 24. I don't know what they're going to do in the next 3 days. I don't. That's what yesterday's stream was about. It's like, you know, man, look, this could get messy. Let them get messy. Let them hand it to you, right? Just if you did a bad trade, so what? Now what? So what? Now what? One man, one coin, 1 billion. And that's the market update. Fidelity buys ETH. Why? Because to a stock mutual fund house, they're looking at the crypto sector and they're looking at what's underperforming and what could turn around eventually. And they're looking at Ethereum. So BlackRock dominates Bitcoin and Fidelity's like, let's try Ethereum. Let's take a shot. God bless him. Right? God bless him. You know, maybe Fidelity can call Vitalik and help him out. Okay. Yeah. Let's stop fighting. How about that? Let's stop fighting. You know, sometimes I think this is needed to prove that this guy's not playing around. That if everybody just goes, you know what? Let's stop killing each other. Let's get along with Donnie T. We don't want to not get along with Donnie T so we can all go back to our lives. Our lives are easier if we just do it Donnie T's way because he's mastered the art of the deal. Okay? It's simple. Okay? I like meme coins with utility. Those are my favorite moon bags, says one of my personal favorite influencers other than FD White and Richard Berry, right? I like meme coins with utility. Me too. I like meme coins where you have an AI agent of somebody who cannot be replicated. He cannot be replicated. Cannot. And they got private and public data. And you can use it to buy privacy services. They're going to onboard the public into privacy services. And if you don't think you need privacy, wait until you see Talking Skynet. You'll see Talking John McAfee for one day, for sure. And wait until you see Talking Truth Terminal or whatever spooky creature leaks out of a lab. You're going to want privacy. Trust me. Trump agenda could speed up digital euro. Oh, geez, the Europeans. Oh, my God. So let me get this straight. Trump presses crypto, and then the Europeans press, I don't know, hopefully it's not a CBDC, right? It's like, oh, yeah, they want freedom, and we want something else. God, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Elon is a little obnoxious getting involved in foreign politics, and I really hope this is a stable coin, not a CBDC. We do not need a digital euro. We need people in Europe hitting the green button so they can feel free. So they can walk into a restaurant and be like, you know what? I look like this, but you look different, but I don't care because we're all going to sit down at the table and hit the green button together. How about that? How about, we all sit down in England, regardless of what we look like, even though I get it, that's tough. That situation is a little weird, but let's all hit the green button. Stop protesting, stop fighting each other. You can post about Bitcoin on Facebook and not meet guys with vests. You know what I mean? Public citizen files complaint over Trump meme coin. Here comes the FUD. I have the president of the United States getting in trouble with Congress. I don't even want to say the word because I know the word suppresses the stream. But everyone's trying to protest and stop Donnie T. Why? It was a landslide victory. It's the will of the people, and somebody in government is actually getting something done that's private sector friendly. Canadian regulator excludes crypto funds from reduced margin eligibility. Crypto equities regulators has excluded crypto funds, citing volatility. Okay, so let's talk about this for just a second. This is what securities regulators are supposed to do, right? It's like, you know what? If you want to trade, if you want to speculate, you can use options, you can use other stuff, but we really don't want you going wild with leverage. You can have leverage, but don't go crazy. Don't blow yourself up, right? I'm okay with this. Yes, you want the market to be free, and yes, you don't want the government telling you what to do, but sometimes regulations circuit breakers can slow you down. Don't blow out, to use an old-fashioned trading word. Don't. Bitcoin chart signals decisive price move in coming weeks. Clearer signals on Bitcoin coming. Look, Bitcoin is below its equilibrium price on LuxAlgo. That means it can slump. Michael Saylor is not helping us. Okay. Telegram mandates TON Connect for all crypto wallets. Interesting, right? It's like you can feel the angst in altcoins. You can feel it. Robinhood haunts Super Bowl bets a day after launch on CFTC requests. Man, people love to gamble. Can we hodl? No one wants to hear that. That's why me and Toby are on 2 days a week now, because no one wants to hear it. So when no one wants to hear it, you say it twice a week, at least. No one uses the word hodl. Everybody is looking to cheat and get 100x in 5 minutes. Do you have any idea how much pain we had to put up with in antivirus? You have no idea. I could do a whole stream about it. I did 2 videos on it about how hard it was to hang in there, right? We had to trust people we didn't know. I mean, we earned our money and we ain't done making it. We ain't done making it. Everyone wants to gamble on BS. I got a better idea. If you're going to gamble in something that's got asymmetric upside, and then don't give up and get your big caps cheap. The lesson of El Salvador's failed Bitcoin experiment. The revolution is dead in El Salvador. It's a lesson for developing nations. Okay, so people may not want to transact with Bitcoin in El Salvador. Okay, that's not what Bitcoin is designed for. But if something happens to the US dollar, they may reconsider. Or if something happens to fiat, people may reconsider, right? In other words, but nothing's going to happen in 2025. It's going to be exactly like 2024, right? Wrong. Toby Ward told you that I don't know how many times. Members get it. You can't really get psychologically ready for this level of shocking volatility. It's kind of like a Michael Jordan dunk. He's going to dunk in your face and you think you're ready, but you can't stop it. Same thing with volatility. You think it's going to happen, but you can't get ready. It's like if rich people could move to El Salvador with some of the things that are going to happen, regardless of who's president, I think rich people would. They take some of that Bitcoin, they go get some property in an El Salvador passport, have it as a hedge along with a gold bar and a draw. It's not unrealistic. It's not unrealistic to think about unusual portfolio allocations. Okay, so XRP bullish, they trot out the $5 price target, and then you have price outlook grim. Same news organizations, traders are short, exchange flows increase. All the whales are going to dump it. We've been through this at $3 before is what they're thinking. And we're not going to sit here and talk about $5. We're going to sell and get out. Everyone wants to get out. I don't know who dumped up at the top. I suspect, who cares? It's fast money. And if they sell it, I don't know, if they sell it down to $2, you didn't think you were going to get it below $2 again. I thought it was going to go right to 5. I thought the first correction you were going to get in XRP was after it printed 5. Now you may get it at 2. And everyone's upset about that, right? You got to be happy that you can get it at lower prices. Look at this. Law firm mad at Pump.Fun because they're making meme coins, making fun of the law firm that's going after Pump.Fun. Like, that's almost like, can I have like a double FUD sandwich? Bearer trains, bearer tokens are out. So Toby Ward's been talking about new layer ones. Here's a new layer one. Naturally, with all these things, they come out really high, they dump, and then that's where you get it. So if they smack the market, here we go. Right? If they smack the market, Toby's looking at both bearer chain and honey. Look at the new stuff coming out. Like the new stuff coming out, if you get good prices, go for it. It's like, where are you going to take risk in your life? Now, stuff like this, you don't know about the valuations. You don't know anything about this in terms of how it trades, because it just came out. But if they smack the market, maybe one of the reasons why they're smacking the market is because they're allocating money to this. Has anyone ever thought of that? Like if there's new stuff that comes out, right? You know, have I studied Telcoin yet? Just got FDIC okay in Nebraska, says rockin' 4,200. Dude, they want alternative forms of money at the state level. You think the states want to sit around and turn into Illinois because of a currency problem? No. You think the treasurers of the state are not watching gold, right? Do you think the guys that run the retirement funds of these big states are not looking at asset allocation? Okay, yeah, they are. People just don't understand. Like, you got to go to downtown New York. You got to walk around. You got to look at these buildings. Like, you want to give up on crypto? You got to look at all the big stuff that's out there, right? All the big players that want to come on in. The Second American Revolution. Okay. Now, just as a reminder about the United States, which I have said, if the United States puts its mind to something, the space program, again, a Toby thing, the Normandy landing, that's mine, right? Eisenhower didn't know how that was going to turn out, right? They had to trick the Germans with a major diversion. He had his resignation letter in his pocket if that went bad. That was a huge risk, but we put everything into it. So when Americans put everything into it, watch out. You don't have to like us. They don't like us in Canada. They're booing the national anthem at sporting events. Like I said, good, right? I like my Canadians ready to drop the gloves. But this is a revolution in America. Like, Donnie T is not playing around. And I don't understand why everybody thinks that that doesn't include crypto. Like, Donnie T is going to look at the crypto market falling out of bed and go, you know, maybe we better get on the tape and say something. What can we sign today? We got anything? You know, he's got the markers. We got anything I can scribble on today that's good for crypto? Let's trot that out. Seriously. Like, it's an American revolution. We're done with all the nonsense. You know, Elon's going to cut spending and drive interest rates down at least full 1%. What do you think is going to happen in all these areas where all these people are getting laid off? What is going to happen? You're going to have rates down. It's a revolution. Crypto is a part of that revolution because they must build the industry. Now, they're not leading with that, but they have to do it. So if the market falls apart over a 2 or 3 day period, like over a weekend, and everyone gets hysterical, you have to remember, it's the Second American Revolution. It's Pluto in Aquarius. It's GAN. It's perfect. It's perfect for crypto. Like, after the inauguration, the best portfolio mix that we had was the GAN portfolio with like a lot of HODL coins, like ICP and all kinds of stuff that, who knows, they're just leaving by the side of the road, like a Dairy Queen cup in Texas. You throw it out the window. I don't want this. You know, I thought it was, I know it's Coinbase, but I want it to be Pump.Fun. So let me throw this out the window. No, I'm not doing it. I'm absolutely not doing it. Okay. Don't forget the YouTube member area where we are just absolutely rocking. That's us now. Don't forget, right? Don't forget. The bigger the base, the higher into space. Antivirus, right? The bigger the base, the higher in the space. Stranger things have happened in crypto, and I have been here since 2018. I found something I believed in that did good, but this is John McAfee and Janice, right? This is the original crypto influencer. I got this on my side now, right? Come get me. Come get me. Like when I get depressed, I read this, right? When in the course of human events, it becomes apparent that the bands of control and power stem from a universally common source. The necessity of separation from these powers become a matter of survival. Anybody living in Europe resonating with that? Anybody sick and tired of what's going on at the grocery store? Like Donnie T's doing good, but he's not going to fix, I don't know, 30 years of insane money printing. You got to save yourself. And you got to do it when the market is down, right? You don't know when you buy when you see this. Like, I know we got a lot of cringe going on and everyone's giving them a hard time. Like when the toughest guys start to get weak in the knees, that's when you move in. And of course, that's when it's hard. But again, the best trades are the toughest trades. It's easy to forget that. Okay, so here's Monkey Market pooing on itself. This is the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. As we can see, if it can't get above LuxAlgo equilibrium, it's not going up. That's it. That's it, right? ETH, same thing, right? Fidelity can buy all the ETH it wants, but it's not moving it through equilibrium. It's not. Now, you have to ask yourself, again, like 87, okay, now, you know what? I think we know that crypto sucks. I think we know that. That this chart's terrible, that blah, blah, blah. Everyone's buying gold instead. The whole want. Okay, here's what we don't know. And I'm just going to scroll and scroll and scroll because I'm just going to make you look at it. Right? This is stocks in 87. Does this look familiar? Yeah, this was this week in crypto, right? And of course, you get the bounce, but the real apocalypse was in November, right? It took, this is weekly. Obviously, crypto moves at warp speed. The real apocalypse was the retest. And that's what's happening right now in crypto. That's what's happening. And then, of course, it's worth showing that once you got done with this retest, with this arrow, again, you squinch up the chart and you're like, where's that retest again? Where was the end of the world again? I can't find it on the chart. This is just 10 years after. Can you imagine if crypto, Solana, real world assets, virtual has been pushed out of a car. It was at 5 billion. Now it's below 2. Seriously, let's come off the screen share. Will you be able to find this correction on a chart in 2 years? Will you be able to find this correction on a chart on July 4th? Will the president of the United States be at Bitcoin 2025 in Vegas asking everybody what the problem is? What's the problem? Did you not hear me at Bitcoin Nashville? I had to fly all the way out here and tell you again. Don't make me tell you again. That's going to be Donnie T's attitude. Now, I don't know whether he goes to Bitcoin Vegas or not. Okay. Whether he does or whether he doesn't, are you going to be able to find this correction in 5 years? I think the answer is no. Just by the way, I think the answer is no. And I'm going to tell you why. For all this Michael Saylor cringe, right? And who knows? Maybe this can change. But for all the Michael Saylor cringe, MicroStrategy is still above weekly equilibrium. So I don't know if this is now strategy or MicroStrategy or what the symbol is anymore. I don't know. But I know that everyone is short and it's holding a gap. It's holding a gap and it's holding equilibrium. So unless they break the stock market, everyone's short this and it's holding. In other words, when the market goes down and when the charts are broken and when it trades like it's awful and everyone knows it trades like it's awful, look for the research, look for the signs that a research analyst would use to say, hey, maybe this is not as bad as we think it is. Let's go to virtuals. Okay, so here's antivirus with a lot of wild volatility. Okay, again, volatility is the order of the day, right? But what is happening here is, you know, you're doing something like this, right? It's kind of even hard to draw. These broadening formations, when you make them, when you exit them, okay, strike is the new symbol for MicroStrategy, which got listed today. Got it. Okay. I wish the short sellers all good luck. Okay. I think that's the preferred stock listing. We'll figure it out. Okay. Watch out for the broadening formation one way or the other. Okay. If you look at virtual, right? If they run the stops in this, which it looks like they're doing, right? It looks like they're going to get everyone out. This to me looks like people are giving up. They're taking out every retracement and they're taking out the 76% retracement. I don't know. Sometimes these things draw themselves with like a 78. That's the default on DEX tools. So whatever it is, it looks like people are just packing it in. And when people pack it in, if that gets worse, that's your opportunity. Slump, 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 slump. It can't go up. It can't rally. Let's look at the DeMark work. It's very important because I think this stuff has been right? Like Algorand, you got today, Friday, and Saturday. 7, 8, 9. XRP, same thing. 7, 8, 9. 3 more days. That's why yesterday's stream. So today is like, is it over? No. You got a 13 bottom on ETH. Hopefully it holds. I'm okay with that. You know, and then maybe it is 2 more days or 3 more days. I don't know. If you look at the daily chart, right? The daily chart of ETH is actually 4 more days. Ugh, awful. Okay. Bitcoin, 4 more days, right? Maybe you get 89. You got to ask yourself, like when the thing was at 110 and everyone was like, oh my God, it's going to 250. And then if I told you that you were going to get this instead and you would get 89, you'd be like, oh God, to get 89. Oh, I would love 89. Yeah, everyone loves 89 until it's at 89, right? It's like, oh, it looks terrible. Oh, I can't touch it now. I mean, at 110, it was amazing, but at 89, I don't want it. We got to think. We got to be smart. We got to be smart, right? Oh, I love this. This I can't get off this, right? I don't know if they're going to have to change the name of this. I swear to God, one day someone's going to make a meme about a famous crypto influencer. Now, at first, I thought it was Michael Saylor, right? And this meme coin is holding at low levels. Can you imagine if it was John McAfee instead? Can you imagine if these short sellers don't wind up working out? Like, do you know what McAfee would say about people who want to bet against crypto? He'd be like, why are you doing that? What purpose does that serve? Why? So you can get happy on your like legacy spreadsheets, which is exactly what we're all trying to get away from, right? You and your spreadsheets drove eggs to $10 a carton, and we're over it. We're over it, right? It's like, that's what McAfee would say. He'd say, we have no privacy. We have no accurate information, right? It's like, okay, is it shilling my bags or is it telling the truth? You know, I don't talk about my bags often. especially when it's small cap, unless I believe in it. Unless I believe in it. And in this particular case with McAfee, I think we have a team that's clearly executing. I was told, you know, Janice and tweeting from the main McAfee Twitter feed was aspirational. It'll come someday after we prove ourselves. I'm like, well, I'm in now. And now they just keep executing and executing and executing and coming through and coming through and coming through. And everyone loves McAfee. I mean, you realize McAfee was in trouble, even though his company paid gazillions of dollars in taxes. He was in trouble with the tax collecting entity in America and on the run as a result of it. And Elon Musk is now auditing them and talking about getting rid of them. Like, this guy has been vindicated. I mean, is that a bag pump or is that a fact? Like, I like facts, right? So Eagle King pulls up Telcoin. Thank you for saving me for searching for that. Telcoin, money. So I'm hoping that the square range works. Share screen. That's a 4-hour chart of Telcoin. Please give me alternative forms of money. Why do we think we don't need alternative forms of money? Why do we think that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like the Canadian dollar, the peso, the euro, sterling, the Chinese currency, the yen. The dollar is not an alternative to those currencies. The dollar just happens to be what people are moving into until they get smart. Plus, Donnie T does not want the dollar up here because it hurts our trade competitiveness. He does not want the dollar up here. He doesn't want a dollar meltdown, but the dollar is not an alternative. Gold is an alternative. And of course, gold, most likely, taking a break today, weekly basis is up only, headed for resistance. This is gold weekly. Now, there's two ways you can look at this. Like, gold is at resistance, and maybe it's time for Bitcoin. And you can imagine what people in the gold market must be thinking, right? Everyone takes turns. Gold goes up. Bitcoin does nothing. Gold corrects. Bitcoin goes up. And then one day, it all goes together. And who knows? Maybe gold will accelerate and go to 5,000. But right now, gold is at resistance. LuxAlgo's loving it. Why are we not taking this signal seriously? Like, why? I mean, yes, we can look at the equilibrium on the 4-hour charts. We can. We did. Okay. It doesn't look good. You can look at the screen and go, it doesn't look good. You know what I'm waiting for? This is the long bond. And what you may notice about the long bond is this is the weekly chart. So this is what mortgage rates are tied to. And Elon has got to cut costs until this rolls over. Now, right now, you know, long bonds are probably a little freaked out about this whole tax collection tariff thing. But if this rolls over, that's good for crypto. What should you be looking at? What people aren't looking at. How should you be feeling? If people are feeling bad, try to feel good. And Toby says this, and it's obvious, and everyone says it, but no one does it. So you got to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. If everyone else is upset, don't be upset. If everyone else is upset, if everyone's looking at the 4-hour chart, look at something else. Let's look at Hedera. Try a 4-hour chart of Hedera. Okay. So in things like Hedera, and this is kind of typical everywhere, and this fits with the whole 87 thing, is that this little plus sign means that the next big puke, you'll get a 13 bottom, but we're not there yet. So we're expecting one final puke to a 13 bottom. That's why you get this plus warning signal. Now, if they get one, and that's probably Friday night, right? They did the top on Friday, and then they do the bottom on Friday or Saturday, right? Crypto loves this whole weekend shenanigans. They bottom it over the weekend. Everyone bearish, everyone out, bullish sentiment, people liquidated, people giving up, people's altcoin bags melted down 50%. I mean, I understand the pain is unbelievable, but you're not going to have the glorious rally that you want without pain. And the question is it over? I don't know, man. You listen to Toby in the member area and you tell me. You look at her, look at the camera and say, I've been telling you this for a year. It's going to be volatile and there's no way I'm giving up on crypto. She's looking right into the camera and telling you. So you can hear it from me. That's the big mouth version. Or you can hear it from the mild-mannered psychic lady telling it to you right to your face. Don't quit on this thing. Manage your P&L, but don't quit on this thing. And this whole nonsense about the cycle being over. Oh, yeah, you're going to hear all this wah over the weekend. Wait until you see crypto Twitter. Unless, of course, crypto Twitter decides to focus on antivirus and the declaration of cryptocurrency independence. Okay. Don't be myopic. Don't wear rose-colored glasses. Don't pretend like you don't have to manage your P&L, but don't act like it's over. Because antivirus, if there's a message in antivirus over the next week, regardless of whether that goes to 50 million or 5 million market cap, the answer from antivirus is that it's not over. It's not over. Matter of fact, it hasn't even started. You don't believe me? You don't believe my case? Well, stick a credit card in and go listen to Toby Ward Tuesday and Thursday every week with picks, bubble charts. Don't know what to do? Don't know what to look at? Let us help you. Right? Patreon, the middle tier offering, the 6th Street Crypto Podcast, additional picks, macro, early antivirus updates. Check it out. We'll see you tomorrow.